Ottawa, the nation's capital that has been deemed as the most boring city in the country. And I mean, it definitely seems like that on the surface. From head to toe, the city is painted with reminders that you're in a government city. From the parliament itself to government buildings plaguing the downtown core, it's easy to believe the city is lacking culture and diversity. But is it true? Well, here's my story on why I decided to leave my hometown of Ottawa behind.
Advice do you have for kids who want to get into showbiz? From Ottawa.
Leave Ottawa.
Born and raised in Ottawa, I spent the first few years of my life in community housing in the Overbrook area, and later moving to the South End. I was a kid with big dreams. Hell, I still am. Art is in my blood and in my name. Literally. Dance makes me feel things that I never have. It allows me to channel this energy, this confidence that only the music could bring out of me. As I got older and older, I couldn't resist the temptation of moving forward in my artistic pursuits. I was driven, I was disciplined, and most importantly, way too stubborn for my own good. And to be fair, I tried to walk away. I tried to focus on academia, but things weren't aligning. And after I got kicked out of my university program, I took it as a sign. And so dance it was. As I got immersed into this world of being a starving artist, side note, I still am a starving artist, I felt like I was on cloud 9. Honestly, I love the thrill of uncertainty and trying to break down barriers. Oh yeah, I should probably clarify in case you're new here. I'm a solo dance artist, and I'm trying to show the way that a singer could stand alone on stage, a dancer could do the same. In bigger words, I'm trying to ignite a revolution. I'm constantly pushing dance into spaces you wouldn't normally see it as a solo act, such as music festivals. I knew this path was going to be far from easy, but what I didn't realize was how much harder Ottawa was going to make this journey for me. So you may be thinking, who cares about where you're physically located when you have the power of social media? And you're right to a certain extent. I'm a huge believer in physically surrounding yourself in a space that nourishes your motives and your goals. And also, in the arts world today, most of the money is in live performances. From my perspective, as a predominantly government city, Ottawa seems to naturally attract a lot of closed-minded individuals. And this mentality has also trickled down and plagued how the arts are perceived and supported. A lot of forms that are considered urban or underground seem to really get pushed to the side as more traditional art forms are praised. However, in 2018, it seemed like things were slowly turning around, and myself and a lot of others in the underground community really felt that we could break through. For myself, I was receiving some really cool performance opportunities as well as my first grant from the city, and this went on until early 2020.
Growing concern over a growing health crisis.
Coronavirus, you know about this?
We will be denying entry to Canada to people who are not Canadian citizens.
The World Health Organization has now confirmed what many epidemiologists have been saying for weeks. The coronavirus is a pandemic.
The pandemic, as for many others, shook up my life. Every opportunity coming my way as a solo dance artist completely halted. And as lockdown measures kept on getting stricter, I was forced to stay in a toxic household, which eventually led to me being told to leave my family home. As I was fending for myself, making minimum wage, in 2021, it seemed like the world was slowly opening back up and I could dive back into my dance pursuits. That is until I shot myself in the foot. So this part of the video is where I need to start being a little cryptic for my own protection. In April of 2021, I began working on a particular grant application that was designed as a COVID relief for artists living in the city. In collaboration with a local art center, individuals or collectives could apply for up to $10,000 in funding, and this art center would be given free of charge, or in their exact words, in-kind contribution. As part of the application process, I was required to set up a meeting with the booking manager to schedule a time and date for my project with the art center. During this call, the booking manager revealed to me that it would cost me over $7,200. In utter confusion, I highlighted in section 4 entitled Project Budget, the grant application verbatim says that all these services would be given as in-kind contribution. Her response to me? Well, that's incredibly misleading. Behind the scenes, I urged the organization to cancel the submission date for the application and publicly state that fees may apply. I also urged that they completely revise the grant, as its deceiving language may put some of our most vulnerable artists at risk of being financially taken advantage of. And they gave me this classic corporate type of excuse: "We're still learning, we'll take your concerns into consideration." I felt like I had an obligation to protect my own community. So I took to social media, sharing my concerns and urging independent artists of all disciplines to take heightened measures to protect themselves. Within 24 hours of my post and a lot of public pressure, the organization made a public apology and finally stated that fees may apply. And although this felt like a win, what I also came to realize is that this particular organization is heavily involved in almost every major artistic platform and grant opportunity in the city. And although the public had my back, it became clear as day, behind closed doors, that I was blacklisted from any major artistic opportunities. You see, although Ottawa has a population of over 1 million people, the city feels extraordinarily small, and the arts sector is even smaller. And unfortunately, this is when things get incredibly political. So when you're bad with one, you're most likely bad with all. Which prompted a few realizations. What the hell is going on in the city? How the hell is a city-funded organization getting away with stuff like this? And also, what am I doing here? I gotta get out. And ever since I did, I've been able to accomplish some incredible things and reach some incredible heights. And I truly believe if I stayed behind, I would have never been able to do these things. Now, on a more general level, leaving your hometown is a huge deal and a huge step. It's almost like you're entirely detaching from your roots, and trust me, it is absolutely not easy. But you should ask yourself, am I the best version of myself here, or am I just comfortable? There's nothing wrong with comfort. Sometimes comfort is okay if that's what you want. If I wanted to finish my university degree, get a government job, then I would have been living the dream in Ottawa. On an artistic level, I really gave Ottawa a chance. Like I mentioned, a huge group of us really thought Ottawa was on the come up, but it showed me otherwise. And I hope one day I'll be able to go back and give artists like myself who felt rejected, who felt voiceless, a platform to do their thing.
You have to really leave and become bigger somewhere else for your city to kind of look at you as somebody. I feel like even if you're in New York, like nobody's gonna call you your rap name. They're gonna call you who they know you from the block. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, you have to make yourself somebody and then come back home.